Hi, welcome to Slimming Inspirations for You. Welcome back. When I spoke to you on the 1st of January, New Year's Day, I was committing to you that I was going to really go for my 2019 Slim World journey. I was going to lose all those pounds that I put on 2018 and get back to target, and I'm still really committed. I also said I'm going to do dry January, and this has been my very first weekend of that. I don't drink normally in the week, so that's not really an issue. It's usually Friday to Sunday where I like a glass of wine in the evenings. And so this has been my very first sort of challenging weekend, and it's actually been okay. It's been fine. On Friday night, I was thinking, oh, you know what, I could just do the glass of wine, but I do know that's habit forming. And so what I did was I decided to pop up to Sainsbury's up the road from where we live and pick up some non-alcoholic wine, just so that if I wanted a glass I could pretend to be having one, but it wasn't alcoholic. I've had one called Iceberg, Eisberg before now, sparkling, which I've really enjoyed, and I thought, well, I'll go for that. And I've got it from Sainsbury's previously, but they didn't have that, unfortunately, but they did have a flat white, and then they had a variety of other non-alcoholic wines, so I just sort of chose another one. You do have to be very careful with it, though, with non-alcoholic wines, because some of them say no alcohol, but they have 0.05% or 0.5% of alcohol. Now, I don't know how my bet would stand with my hubby if I drank a wine with even 0.5% of alcohol in it, because he has promised me he will buy me dinner if I do 31 days with no alcohol. So I'm not trusting anything. So I'm going for no alcohol. So anyway, I've bought this Ellsberg, and it's okay. It's like drinking grape juice, if I'm honest with you. And I had some Friday and had some Saturday night, and decided it really wasn't worth the 3 sins per 250 millilitres. So I'll finish the bottles off because I've got them. I'm not going to waste them, but I'm not going to go mad and drink them. You know, I don't want to go over my 12 sins. I hadn't had hardly any sins Monday. Well, sorry, it was Tuesday, wasn't it? The first Tuesday to Friday morning. So I'm not going to waste sins on something that I really am not sort of overly inspired to drink. I drink normally slimline wine, which is 3.5 sins or 125 millilitres, and I'd rather have my sins on that. The only reason I'm not is because I'm not drinking alcohol. I am winning this bet for my husband. What I did do when I was in Sainsbury's is pick up this, if I can show it you. It is Ribena Winter Spice. Now, I've heard all about this from Slimming World, and it's supposed to be a bit like mulled wine but non-alcoholic, and I thought, well, do you know what, I'll give it a go. And both nights now I've had this. The first time I had it, I made it too strong and it was a bit too sweet for me, but I don't have much cordial in my squashes anyway, so this is probably more down to my personal taste than others. But since then I've made it weaker, and it's really nice, and I'd rather sit on the sofa drinking this. And on the cold evenings we've been having, this has been perfect. So I think this might be my little saviour during January, so I'm going to stick to this in the evenings. If I find the Ellsberg sparkling, I might have that, but I'm certainly not going to waste sins on something that isn't going to do it for me. So that's going to be definitely on the agenda for the next 26 days I've got left. The other thing I've done is made sure that my food plan has been literally on plan, and I've done that through writing everything down. I've been planning in advance, I've been cooking in advance. Where I'm sort of thinking, oh, I'm going to have a busy day at work, I've took things in. So I made some egg muffins one day. I made a beautiful orange and chocolate wheat bran loaf to have for breakfast with some quark and fresh fruit the other day, which was really nice, very filling. And in fact it made 2 little loaves, and I had one in the evening after my main dinner. I also used my slow cooker to make sure that when I got home from work there was something literally waiting for me to eat, so I wasn't getting tempted to pick. At work I made a few changes. Next to where I sit is normally 3 or 4 tins of biscuits, and although I'd been really good and not gone to them at all this week, my boss did actually move them away from me and put them somewhere else, which was brilliant. I didn't want to do it because I know, you know, the people were eating there, and I didn't want them to feel that just because I wasn't doing it they couldn't. But if somebody else moves it out of your temptation, perfect. That was one thing. I bought some satsumas which sat on my desk, so if I was sort of getting a bit of a sweet tooth, I'd have a satsuma. Grapes are perfect because they're very, very sweet. Baby bells, you can have 3 light for your healthy extra A, and with Slimming World now you can have 2 healthy extra A's a day. They were perfect for my snacking, as well as sliced ham, which again is free. My evening meals, I said, were all planned out, and I tried to vary them as well so that I wasn't getting bored. Okay, it's only 6 days into the year, but it was really nice to go back to what I did back in 2017, which was be a bit creative in the kitchen, spend some time doing some things, just to get something a little bit nicer, a little bit more rewarding at the end of the evening. I made a really nice cheesy pasta bake, which is on my YouTube channel. That's coming on this evening before this one. That was really dead easy. It was about throwing a lot of stuff into a bowl, and you could do it with lots of leftovers. It was made of cottage cheese, so there was no sins in it. It was purely my 2 healthy extra A's. And that was so filling. And although I say on the video that it was for 2 meals, I actually ate it all last night. But it was really nice, and it was free, and I didn't want to pick or eat anything else for the rest of the evening. So I'd rather fill up on things that are free than actually be tempted to eat anything else. As I said, my snacks that I made last week into my little bags, I haven't even touched. I'm not even been tempted to go and get one of those out. And that's a really good way of measuring whether your meals are right, because if you're not getting hungry, then you must be filling up on the right things. And say, I've not used any sins hardly. I did have some Muller Lights because I'm trying to make sure my calcium level's up. They're 1 sin a pot. I feel that's perfectly fine considering nothing else is going into my diet. The only other sin I've had this week has been the options from the chocolate orange loaf. And again, that recipe and how I made that is on my YouTube channel, as well as my website, which is www.sliminspirationsforyou.com. And then obviously at the weekend when I had that alcohol-free wine, which I'm now trying to ditch because it didn't do anything for me. So all in all, it's been a really, really good week, and the week forward I'm really looking forward to. I am going to try and put more speed food in this week. I've done a shop, so I've got a bit more in the fridge which I can use, and I'm going to make sure I keep my planning going. I've been exercising this week. I've been going to the gym for the 2 days I was in work. Every evening I've been doing half an hour sit-ups while watching TV. I've got this machine, which I'm just going to show you. So that is really dead easy, and it supports my back because I did slip my disc a few years ago, so I can sit and do that. And whilst you might think that looks easy, you really do feel it on your stomach muscles. And when I was doing it previously before, I really had a toned stomach, and I want that back for the summer, so that is also something I'm doing. I'm doing my walking, so every day I've done a minimum 10,000 steps if I'm at home. If I'm at work, then I've gone to 17,000 steps. So I'm getting active as well, so I'm not just sort of looking at my diet, I'm also looking at what I'm doing. So there's lots of things that I've sort of changed or made sure I've gone back to this week, and I've really, really enjoyed it. Another thing I've done, and a friend introduced me to this, I don't know if you ever heard of Sensi by Alex. She's a friend of mine. She's amazing, sort of not candles, they're sort of wax warmers, make your house smell beautiful. And she also had a party for Tropic, and I went along to it, saying I wasn't going to buy anything, and ended up buying some eye creams. But I also bought this So Sleepy because I've been having trouble sleeping, and this has been amazing. I spray it on my pillow every evening, and it's got lavender in it and chamomile and frankincense for Christmas, and that has really helped me sleep. This is my 2nd bottle. My brother actually bought me another bottle for Christmas because I'm getting through this, and that's really helping me get a good night's sleep. And there is also a balm which I use, you just put on your temples. And I think getting sleep is really important as part of your weight loss journey. So I'm setting myself up to try and make sure that I have a really successful few weeks ahead of me. I got on the scales this morning, and I think I've lost about 1.2 kilos, which is about 2.5 to 3 pounds. I don't think that's bad since Tuesday. This is Sunday. I'd like to get 4 pounds on Wednesday when I go to Slimming World. Let's see what happens. So keep tuning in to see how my weight loss journey goes. Good luck with yours. I hope you're going as well. If you want some recipe ideas, please look at my website or my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to me. It'd be really, really good to get more subscribers to the channel and know that I'm making a difference. But have a good week. I'll be back next Sunday with an update on how this week has gone, and I'll keep uploading on my website and my YouTube any recipes that I sort of create over the week. So have a good week, stay tuned, and see you soon.